Hey Shakers, and welcome to Worth Your Salt, the podcast that shakes up your marketing game in the health and wellness industry. Worth Your Salt is brought to you every Thursday by Salt Marketing. Salt Marketing helps health and wellness practitioners build trust and authority to attract a steady stream of inbound wellness seekers. For more information, you can visit us online at saltmarketing.co. I'm Jennifer Orquah, marketing strategist with Salt Marketing, and your host for today's episode of Worth Your Salt. Now, we can all agree that entrepreneurship in health and marketing is not for the faint of heart. Most providers get into what they do based on their own personal stories and the desire to help others, neither of which has anything to do with building and marketing a business. Today, my guest is Laura Dantoni. Laura is the executive director and owner of Gate City Health, along with her husband, Dr. Preston Dantoni. She graduated from Florida College of Integrative Medicine with a bachelor's degree in professional health studies and a master's degree in Oriental medicine. Laura and her husband have taken a really unique and holistic approach to chiropractic. They also recently forged an alliance with a network of other chiropractors, and that alliance has provided them with the resources and support to market their holistic approach to include nutrition, detoxification, exercise, and maintaining a positive mind space for healing. Laura, thank you so much for joining me today on Worth Your Salt.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So I want to start with a little background on Gate City Health. You and your husband, Preston, got started in 2017 with a really big mission. Tell me about that.
Yes, we have a mission for Greensboro, North Carolina here to see people thrive in wellness. It's really to encourage, educate, and empower our patients to experience maximum wellness.
Fantastic. And now Preston had brain surgery at 27 years old, and he faced a number of challenges. And then you yourself struggled with digestive issues for years. Tell me how your personal experiences have shaped what the two of you do today.
Oh my gosh. I mean, how much time do you have? The brain surgery was actually 10 years ago last month. So it was a really monumental month for us to celebrate that 10-year mark. And it just has so much to do with it. I feel like I couldn't agree with you more when you said a lot of people get into the health and wellness community based on their own personal stories. That's exactly what happened with us. I mean, when we first started dating, we were babies. We were 20 years old, started dating, figuring out what do we want to do with our lives, and decided to head towards health and wellness, thinking maybe traditional medical system, but not quite sure. And really, his brain surgery turned everything from a career pathway to a complete and utter passion. What we were going to live and breathe was turned into chiropractic based on his brain surgery. So yeah, it was a pretty big deal for us. He one day had a headache and didn't really wake up, took him to the hospital. They found out he had a brain tumor, emergency brain surgery, took it out. And when we left the hospital, they gave us nothing but a bag of pills and said, hope it doesn't happen again.
Wow.
No explanation for what caused it, why it happened, what to do different, nutritional advice, zero.
Wow.
To me, that was pretty astonishing, being so young, so naive, so scared. What do we do moving forward to prevent this? I have absolutely no idea. And we just dove head first and researched on our own, had to figure a lot of stuff out. He had severe short-term memory loss when he left brain surgery. So he had a lot of behavioral struggles, emotional struggles, the memory loss. And through chiropractic, we were able to see his brain reconnect in real time.
Wow. So how long did that process take to discover that chiropractic might be an option for him? How did that process go?
Oh my gosh. Well, right away, we had already started dipping our toe in with the chiropractic world. So as soon as we got home from the brain surgery and had no next steps laid out for us, it was up to us to figure it out. So we're diving into nutrition. We're talking to our friends. They're saying he needs to be getting adjusted every day, multiple times a day for an intensive to help reboot his nervous system and remind his brain to activate. So we just dove straight into that. And it was amazing to see the results happening so quickly from that trauma. You really don't think about chiropractic for brain surgery. Right?
Right.
You think like neck pain, back pain, headaches. Okay, chiropractic. But we went all in. We were desperate.
And so what made you decide to make this your calling, your life's work?
Really, it was that seeing how much it impacted his overall wellness, seeing how much it could impact somebody's avoiding of that situation. I think that's a real goal in our real heart because we lived such a traumatic health crisis, really. We lived such a traumatic health crisis at such a young age. We know how that feels firsthand to go through the unimaginable. And our heart is to help other people, other families, other young people. It doesn't matter the age, but we want to help you guys, everybody, avoid going through something so terrible like that.
And I'm sure that mission has inspired lots of people to come to you. What challenges have you faced in growing your practice?
Oh, goodness. Again, how much time do you have? For me, honestly, I know this is primarily for marketing, but for me, it is managing a team of people. Managing people at all can be very, very challenging. You have different personalities, different ideas, different values. And for us, like I said, we dove head in and we live and breathe this lifestyle. So it is hard to partner with people and get them on board and get them to understand, what our vision is for our practice and how to stick with it with us.
So how has that creating that unique value proposition they bring, not just chiropractic, but adding that holistic approach, how has that changed what you do to market and scale Gate City Health?
I just think it's like a one-stop shop. I think it's everybody in such a fast-paced lifestyle right now. A lot of the families we serve, it's like we have to take this child to dance and then we have to take this child to their soccer practice. And then they have, and so for us, it's a really unique thing where you can come here and you can get everything you need. You can buy your supplements. You can have a nutrition consultation. You can come for a workshop about mindset. You can learn about detox and then go ahead and get your chiropractic adjustment, get your power turned on so that your body starts healing on its own. Everything that you're doing is right here in the office rather than I have to go to Vitamin Shop to pick up my protein powder. I need to go to the gym to do a workout. Like everything is here. Right.
I love that. And so you forged an alliance now with MaxLiving. How has that partnership affected your practice and your operations?
Oh my gosh, I don't have enough good things to say about MaxLiving. And we have offices. MaxLiving, the network of chiropractors, has offices all over the United States. We even have some practices in Canada, Puerto Rico. It's impacted us in such a positive way because it is a large group of like-minded people on a shared mission to change the healthcare system here in America. That can be so daunting. You can feel if you're part of this holistic wellness world, especially in America over the past 3 years, it can feel quite lonely at times. You can feel like you are up against a machine. You are the only one in your city standing up for anything, holding value for health and true wellness. And so to be a part of that community is invaluable to me. You can share inspiration, constantly communicating about marketing strategies, team strategies, onboarding, team retention, patient retention. I mean, everything. It's such a fantastic community.
I love that. I love that sense of community for sure. All right, Laura, I've got to take a quick sponsorship break right now. But when you and I return, I want to talk a little bit more about MaxLiving and how you've grown your practice. Stay with us.
You want to build trust with your clients by becoming a trusted authority, providing the answers they seek. But building a consistent content strategy that works for your business can be a real challenge to do it right. You've got to understand your own brand voice and gain clarity around your messaging. At Salt Marketing, we help you leverage your expertise by building a content strategy that works across every platform, from your blog to social media to professional associations, even emails and podcasts. How do we do it? We start out by getting to know you and your business. From there, we craft a plan to help you share your knowledge in a way that brings new wellness seekers to your door. Finally, we help you welcome your new clients in a way that leads to referrals and repeat business. Are you ready to get started? Visit us at saltmarketing.co for a free customized marketing plan. In just 10 minutes, you'll get a true roadmap to building new revenue for your wellness business.
So before the break, we talked about Gate City Health joining the MaxLiving network. Tell me a little bit more about MaxLiving and the support that network has provided.
Yes, MaxLiving is such a wonderful network. I don't have, again, enough good things to say about them. I think my favorite thing that they offer is about 2 to 3 times a year, we all gather physically in person at a big convention center. Typically, it's hosted in Orlando, Florida, but we've gone to several different states as well. And we come together for this fantastic training weekend. So not only are you surrounded by plenty of like-minded people, doctors, chiropractors that are fired up about true health, true wellness, teaching the 5 essentials, but we're training. We're getting in real breakouts, getting real-time live training, live feedback to better our communication, to learn about the same things I was mentioning before, retention, patient retention, new patient acquisition, all of the important things as an entrepreneur that you need to be experts at for growing your business. So the in-person events that they offer, the seminars, are my absolute hands down favorite. But aside from that, we have weekly coaching calls, weekly training sessions, a Facebook group that has so many video recordings of different topics, missed patient visits, how to handle that, how to track your point of sale system. There's an abundance of resources through MaxLiving that we have access to. They also have a great social media content that they push forward that we're allowed to utilize, different workshops. The list goes on.
Yeah. And so going back to all that content that they're helping you produce, you use a wide variety of content mediums to reach your target market. I mean, Gate City Health has a blog and videos. Tell us a little bit about how you've established authority in the market through your content strategy.
That's another great question. We actually we have different partnerships through MaxLiving, and they primarily come up with most of the content for us that we're allowed to copy, paste, and reuse. That's part of our relationship with them and the products that they give us forward. So I don't think I've ever written a blog. I believe that all of our blogs come from them or from our digital marketing team, which again, that's money well spent.
Absolutely. And so using your strategy, though, you've grown your Instagram following to almost 1,000 people. You might even be above that now since I last checked. But so what have you found to be successful in connecting with your target market on Instagram and on social in general?
Hands down, the most engagement that we get is from interpersonal. So whether we're doing patient spotlights where we're talking about different results that real patients have, or they're sharing it themselves. Or team interaction. So videos from me, Dr. Preston, Dr. Kevin, some of our front office staff. Whenever people see real faces of real people who are in the health center, they love it. They eat it up. It doesn't even matter what we're talking about, really, but they like to feel connected and part of the community.
So going back to MaxLiving for a moment, you mentioned the 5 essentials of health that you share with your clients. Do you notice greater engagement when you're consistently talking about those 5 essentials?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. People are so hungry for the truth when it comes to those 5 topics. Again, nutrition, exercise, detoxification, having that positive mindset. And then of course, for us above all is chiropractic care. When we are focused on those 5 essentials, that's when we see our patients get the results that they want. That's when we see more engagement in our social media content strategy. Hands down, I feel like, especially over the past 3 years, more than ever, people want to know, what the heck do I actually eat? One day you're telling me fat is bad. The next day you're telling me fat is good. It's so confusing. So if we just get back to the basics, the essentials of health, and sharing about those essentials of health with people, that is what they want. The demand is there for it. So sharing it is just easy. It is authentic, transparent, easy to do, and people love it.
Laura, thank you. That's such fantastic thinking. I need to take some time out for another quick break. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Worth Your Salt podcast, and today we're talking with Laura Dantoni about how she and her husband have grown Gate City Health into a thriving wellness practice. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to join us over on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and let us know how you're scaling your business. We're back. And so, Laura, in the last segment, we were talking about some of the things you've done to grow Gate City Health, including professional alliances. What's ahead for you? What's next?
Ooh, good question. I love forward thinking. I love seeing what's next. Honestly, I'm going to kind of go forward and go backward at the same time and say guerrilla marketing. We are in the phase and the age where it's all about digital marketing, and I love it. And I'm absolutely investing in that and moving forward with that. But I think that people miss the component of face-to-face and in reality marketing. That is something that we're going to focus on this next year of chiropractic wellness.
I like that. And I've seen a couple of the videos that your husband has done, and those are really powerful. The two of you speaking with him speaking, that's good stuff. So if I'm listening in and I'm thinking that a professional alliance sounds like a great idea, but I'm not in chiropractic, I'm in speech therapy or medical aesthetics or any of other of hundreds of wellness practice areas, how can people find a network alliance that works in their space? How did you find MaxLiving?
MaxLiving actually found us. They do a lot of outreach in the chiropractic colleges. So it was pretty easy. Dr. Preston, my husband was just in chiropractic school, and there are a handful of different groups and companies that are like practice management type companies that you can partner with. But I will say this. Now I see more and more on social media, there are experts at what they do, and they are creating courses. So it's not so much a professional alliance like a network, but it is more of a one-on-one coaching, consulting. And I find that to be highly effective. And you can find all different people that are doing this on social media, and you're able to get a lot of content for free to figure out if you do feel aligned with them. Do your personalities match? Do your values match? Do their marketing strategies match? Do you feel like you could learn from this person? And find several, do a few interviews, and I would start there, to be honest.
Any advice or caveats or anything you can share to help us all make the most most of an alliance like this?
Be humble, go in with a growth mindset. But I mean, I feel like that as an entrepreneur is the basis, the foundation of who you must be to be successful, is that growth mindset. So go in, have questions ready, know your areas that you're thriving, but more importantly, know the areas that you need help in so that you're not wasting their time or your time. You can approach them, say, hey, this is my biggest struggle. Help me get there. And then take their advice, show up, do the hard work. For me, I mean, we're almost 6 years into practice, and it would be easy to say 6 years in, you know what? I kind of want to sleep in on the weekends and I want to get a little bit lazy and I don't really want to show up for myself or my practice as much as I used to. Like, you have to keep that hunger. You have to stay hungry. You have to keep showing up and putting the work in, and you'll see the results.
Such good advice. All right. So, Laura, if I want to connect with you and find out more about what you do, where can I go?
You can go to gatecityhealth.com. You can find me on social media at Gate City Health, or my personal is at Laura Dantoni. I am friendly and happy to meet new people, especially in this world.
Very nice. All right. And a link to the Gate City Health website, their fabulous Instagram account, as well as to MaxLiving will be included in the post for this episode. So be sure to get that today at saltmarketing.co/worthyoursalt. Right now, though, Laura, it is time for our lightning round questions. These are questions I like to ask of every guest of the podcast. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. The question is, what is the best book you've read recently?
Ooh, I'm in the middle of it, but The Surrender Experiment.
Very nice. So what is your favorite thing about the work that you do?
Fighting the corrupt medical system.
That is a big thing to be a favorite. All right. Next question. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Recently, my husband said to me that the currency of growth, abundance, and blessing is discomfort.
I like that. And finally, who or what inspires you?
I think I feel most inspired when talking about natural, autonomous birth, life, and death.
Very nice. Thank you so much for joining me today on this week's episode of Worth Your Salt, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
I also want to thank our listeners. This is your reminder to visit us at saltmarketing.co/worthyoursalt for the episode notes and links. If you're ready for your Worth Your Salt debut, tell us about your expertise by emailing us at grow@saltmarketing.co. Finally, leave us a review or give the show a handful of stars wherever you get your content. That's all for this episode of Worth Your Salt. Let's get out there and shake things up.